Beerbongs and Bentleys, the new album from hip-hop pop rap artist Post Malone. Now, I haven't listened to anything of Post Malone before this. I haven't listened to Stoney. I never listened to his mixtape, mainly because my friend said he wasn't good. Overall, I disagree with him. I think this album was quite good, quite enjoyable, quite different from typical rap that you might hear. A new form of hip-hop, not quite rap, not quite pop. I see a very good center in between those two genres of music with this album. He does a very good job of illustrating his artistry while also keeping the beats of the songs very engaging and very enjoyable. Starting off with Paranoid was one of my favorite tracks on the album. It kind of drew me in. I didn't know what to expect. This really set the mood for the album quite nice. I liked the lyrics, especially on the hook. Paranoid Man, Paranoid Plans. Really loved that. It was quite enjoyable to listen to. It's one of the tracks I find myself going back to from this album. Spoil My Night was kind of, I don't know. The auto-tune was kind of misused on this track. I didn't think it worked like it did on other tracks, such as Rockstar, which is one of my other favorite tracks from this album. I did enjoy the feature on this track. It's probably my favorite part about it. Other than that, it was just kind of, wasn't terrible. Rich and Sad, lyrically, great. Flow, pretty good. The song really just made me want to dance. I kind of felt like a Drake song, if I'm honest. Takin, Codeine, the play on words there. Life's So Sweet, I feel like Cody. It was really nice. Rockstar, one of my favorite tracks from this album, was one of the singles from this album as well. I love the 21 Savage feature. Great, solid, good length, good flow with it as well. The features are probably one of the better parts about this album. I mean, the production is fine, the instrumental is fine, Post's vocals are fine, but the features overall really contribute a lot to this record. Over Now, Post sings about his breakup, and it was really good, especially with the percussion and the reverb on the chorus, and just some of the finest vocals on the record. I really love his vibrato on this track especially, but on the album in general, it was really, really enjoyable. The track Psycho with the Ty Dolla $ign feature. Not bad. Not bad at all. I was genuinely impressed, especially with this track. I was like, oh, this is probably one of the more popular tracks. Probably going to not really stick with me that well. It stuck with me. I very much enjoyed this track particularly. Better Now is probably I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's the follow-up to Over Now, because Over Now is about his relationship being over, and Better Now is about the fact that he's better now. So I think it's a reasonable assumption. I didn't really take time to look it up, so I don't know if it's true or not. I'm going to go ahead and assume it is. This track was another example of the auto-tune really working for Post Malone. Ball for Me, Other Side, just kind of throwaway tracks. Not really great, not terrible. Could have done without him. I feel like he could have put more into these tracks or done other tracks and still succeeded with those instead of just kind of pulling off an result. Stay is probably one of the top two tracks on this album. Really good. I loved the acoustic guitar on this track. It was really good. It was really good. Just a fantastic vocal performance again from Post. Blame It On Me was probably another one of the top tracks on this album. The backing vocals add so much depth to the track. It's not my fault, but you can blame it on me. Just the brilliance behind some of the lyrics, especially on this track, but for most of the album, was really good. I was really impressed overall, and it kind of set up nicely for the next track, 92 Explorer, which is really one of the funkiest, grooviest tracks on the album. I very much enjoyed that. I could get into that a lot. Candy Paint was one of the singles from this album. I did not care for it. I didn't really care for it. It was okay. I mean, it was kind of, another one of those tracks I just felt was more of a filler track and, like, shouldn't really have been on the record. Sugar Wraith, to wrap up the album, was a decent track, solid track. I like the backing track. It did kind of sound like a SoundCloud rapper track in the background, though, so not that it was particularly bad. It just kind of sounded generic to me. Overall, I thought this album was very decent, very good, very enjoyable. I will go back to this album again. This is one I will listen to in the upcoming weeks. I did not know what to expect at all when coming into this album, and I really was not disappointed with the result, how it turned out, how much I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll go back and listen to Post's older stuff. It might ruin or enhance my opinion of him currently. So we will see if I do end up going back to listen to that. But right now I'm feeling a low to mid 7 on this album. Overall, just very enjoyable, very good quality, great production. Yeah.